It's time for Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Zander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service of Pierre. And now, Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
All right, thank you very much. A very good Thursday evening, everybody. A night of high school basketball coming your way from Riggs High Gym once again. Tuesday night, we had the boys in here, but tonight, it's all about the ladies as the Pierre Governor girls basketball squad will entertain the Harrisburg Tigers. The boys have the night off tonight. The girls taking on a Harrisburg squad that might be a lot like them if the Governor girls look in the mirror. Both teams coming in 2-3 on the season, and both teams coming in with a couple of losses straight, and both teams trying to just find some consistency as the season gets further in. Now we're 5 games in, so we're a quarter of the way through the regular season, so we'll see what the second quarter of the season can bring for both of these squads. Right now, Harrisburg is playing very well in the sophomore game, and they lead Pierre 48-25. I actually was a little late, didn't see the JV game and how that turned out, but the varsity game should be a good one. And without the boys playing, we invite you to pull up a chair, maybe follow this game with our live video stream at drgnews.com. You can find it on the River 92.7 page. Thanks to Caleb Brozick and Live Ticket who are doing the video honors here tonight at Riggs High Gym. William Wilson will run the studio show as well, and I'm Brian Oakland with play-by-play coming up. Glad to have you aboard. Let's take a 3-minute timeout to start things off. We'll get into the Bank West pregame shows, which, of course, features a look around Class AA basketball, the state of basketball for the girls primarily, but also look in on the boys if we get a little bit of time to do that as well. Coach's comments, keys to success, your starting lineups, all that and more coming up after a 3-minute step aside. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West Insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District. Backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School Sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Rigside Gym as the Rigside Pep Band has fired up with the sophomore game complete. Our varsity game is upcoming. Ryan Open coming up with a play-by-play. Glad to have you along on this Thursday night, heading into a weekend. In fact, it's girls basketball tonight. Girls wrestling tomorrow with the Pierre Governor girls taking on the Harrisburg Tigers. That game that duel got rescheduled once the opening duel of the season with Pierre and Harrisburg girls and boys was postponed. And so it's girls wrestling tomorrow only. That's rescheduled. And the boys will duel when the East-West duels are happening. Actually, we didn't have plans to do the duel tomorrow night, unfortunately, so a little late to get that on the schedule right now. But girls basketball coming up tonight. Hey, we want to remind everybody when you're on the road for high school sports this season or whatever the reason, especially during winter driving, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all to slow the drive, arrive alive, and buckle up, too, every trip, every time. It starts with you. You've got someplace to be. Let's take a quick look at how things are faring so far in South Dakota High School girls hoops, Class AA. The team that looks like the team to beat is going to be Brandon Valley. They're off to a 5-0 start. The Governors on Saturday will host the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors. They're off to a 6-0 start, so a couple of teams that are unbeaten so far. And we'll see what they've got coming up tonight. There's a trio of teams that have one loss on the season in the 2, 3, 4 spots. Gorman is 4-1, Aberdeen Central 5-1, T area 6-1. Washington, in fact, with that 6-0 mark, is actually in the 5 seed right now. Early on in the season. Huron at 3-2, Rapid City Stevens 5-2 is the 7 seed. Spearfish is 2-2, and they're in the 8 spot. Sioux Falls Jefferson, Harrisburg at 2-3 in the 10 spot right now. Rapid City Central, Sioux Falls Roosevelt, Brookings Mitchell, Pierre sitting at 15 right now, and Sturgis in the top 16. Now, I think the thing about the Pierre game, their last game against Bismarck, 57-44 loss. I don't believe the Bismarck record is factored in. I don't think the Governors have gotten the power points that they should eventually be getting in that one. So that's why they're at 15 rather than maybe up around 12 or 13, something like that. The Governors, as mentioned, coming in off of a loss to Bismarck, 57-44. Harrisburg played the night before on Friday night at home and lost a 42-33 matchup to the Mitchell Colonels. Tuesday night, there were 4 games in the ESD. Brandon Valley drubbed Watertown 74-28. O'Gorman easily over Brookings 67-20. Yankton fell to Class A rival Vermilion 56-43. And Rapid City Central won at Sturgis on Tuesday night 52-43. Tonight, 4 more games, including the Governors hosting these Harrisburg Tigers. You've got Brookings playing at Brandon Valley tonight. Huron hosts Class A Lennox. And Spearfish playing host to Class A Hill City out in the Black Hills Conference. Next matchups for both of these teams. The Governors have Sioux Falls, Washington here on Saturday at 2 o'clock, and that'll be on KGFX with a 1:30 start time. Justin Cowart will have the call on that. Justin's on Stanley County duty tonight as they host McLaughlin in a doubleheader on KGFX. Harrisburg will also host Huron in a doubleheader on Saturday in Harrisburg. That's the girls' look at how things are going. We should get in to our Keys to Success. In fact, already Keys to Success brought to you by the folks at Central Dakota Eye Care. Let's start with Kirk Bebout and our Keys to Success, part of our Governor pregame on River 92.7.
Let's talk Keys to Success with Kirk Bebout, the head coach of the Governor girls squad. 2-3 so far, coach, this season. Our first chance to chat this year, but I think so far, you have your ups and downs, and this is going to be, given what you lost last year, a kind of a learning process, a season where you go on the fly. But I'd say a lot of things you're seeing pretty good, and you did a lot of good things in that last game that you played, which was Saturday in the loss to Bismarck.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously we're inexperienced and young at some spots and having to figure some things out and what combinations are going to work and where girls need to be to put us in the best position to win. So it definitely is a process, but I couldn't be happier with how the girls have, understood that and come to work and just keeping things in perspective. And, all things considered, like I don't have any complaints, obviously we knew going in execution was going to be a problem. We got to figure out the point guard situation and how we're going to execute and where our shots are going to come from. But, their attitudes have been unbelievable, and they've just been really fun to be around. And, we've competed in pretty much every game, the first games that was, the first game the last couple of years, that was with all-state basketball players, and the same thing happened. So we weren't really too concerned about that. But we know there's going to be ups and downs throughout it, and it's just that understanding that we are in the learning zone, and that's not going to dictate our behavior. We're still going to work, and we're still going to be positive, and we're going to keep getting better along the way, and that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, good teams, if you want to build a team, everything still starts with defense, and I like the fact that you still have the athletes. You've got the quickness of younger, smaller players who can still play that in-your-face style of defense that you guys have really relied upon the last few years.
Oh, yeah, our girls embrace defense. They like to play it. They're hard workers, so that really goes well with defense because that's really what it comes down to, a want to and a desire to do it, and we got girls that – they enjoy it, and that's a big part of defense, like wanting to do it. So, yeah, that's always key number one, and that helps to when you are kind of learning on some other areas that you can, rely on some defense to keep you in it and try to keep you positive and those kind of things. So, yeah, definitely it's been, we had turned the ball over a lot on Saturday, but we also had 27 steals by my count when I did stats. So, kind of went both ways. But, yeah, we'll always kind of hang our hat there and then try to build off of our defense.
Absolutely. So now as you look for some offense against a Harrisburg team that's, they're like you, 2-3. They've got their ups and downs. This is a team that on paper looks like a really good matchup.
Yeah. Ben, having played Harrisburg the last how many ever years, it's kind of what you would expect. They're not like going to throw out a whole bunch of crazy wrinkles. They have their wrinkles, but they do what they do. And, speaking of defense, they pride themselves on defense just like we do, and they're very physical. So it's going to be a challenge for us to try to get an offense and execute against that. But that'll be the key for us is, are we using our fundamentals? Are we being tough? Are we being on time with things? Because that's what it takes to score against a team like Harrisburg.
All right. You mentioned keys, and that's keys to success, especially what do you have on the offensive end as far as scoring points? Because obviously, like Coach Kurth would say, score more points than the other team. That's key to success.
Yeah. We have shooters and some playmakers. It's just a matter of, we can get in the offense. That's kind of the issue and that we've been working hard on. It's like the execution part of it, the timing part of it, getting into offense. If we can do that and run things, we got girls that can score. So, that once again, that's really the key there. And then the defense can lead the offense too. So if we're getting stops and steals, that helps out a lot too. And then rebounding on both ends, you get some offensive rebounds, that always helps. But rebounding is going to be a big key for us, even with the defense that we play. We got to finish with rebounds.
All right, Coach Schall's, appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Kirk Bebout, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, with coach's comments and keys to success in our pregame show, brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. Let's hear from them, and we'll speak with Nick Meyer, the veteran head coach of the Harrisburg Tigers, when we return with more keys to success in our Governor pregame.
Did you know 16 million Americans suffer from dry eye? Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marso of Central Dakota Eye Care. Along with providing comprehensive eye exams evaluating vision and health of your eyes, we now offer IPL dry eye treatments. OptiLight IPL is a new, innovative light therapy treatment for dry eye and is FDA approved. Also available at our clinic are dry eye products and supplements. Call us today, 224-6128, for more information and to schedule an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
More keys to success. Let's talk with the visiting head coach, Nick Meyer of the Harrisburg Tigers, on the Pierre Governors, a 2-3 season so far, Coach. As I mentioned with Coach Bebout, it's up and down so far this point. Maybe looking for a little consistency and a little offense too. I see your last game, just 33 points and a loss to Mitchell, but hey, it's still a long season and you got a long way to go, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we've had a really good week of practice, and that's something too we've been kind of looking in terms of consistency. Now we get into that January schedule where there's games almost every other day, and where we've had a lot of break and able to work through some things. But and then the same respect, we're looking at our Mitchell game, and we came out flat and we just didn't shoot it well. I thought we got really good opportunities to score, and we actually it was a one possession game into the fourth period, and so it's like, hey, we're still in this, but it just kind of they would score and just kind of seem further and further away, especially if we're not shooting it well. But our kids responded really well this week in practice, and we got to be dialed in and ready to go tonight. It's a tough road test for us. As you said, Pierre's 2-3. They're looking to get to 500, just like we are. They're physical. They don't let you execute really anything because defensively they're so good. And then on their offensive side, they execute everything so well that you have to make sure that your head is always on a swivel with things that are happening and being able to talk, communicate, and then defensive rebound.
All right. So, yeah, you didn't score a lot, but you didn't give up a lot in that Mitchell game either. So your defense is still coming along, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And so we hold them to 42 points, and they shot 20 free throws, and we shot 6. So, that's one of those things, too, where we be maybe a little bit more solid in terms of limiting that. And then offensively, maybe being a little bit more aggressive and trying to get to the free throw line to give ourselves a chance to be able to do that. But our defense has been playing well. And, with the exception of Mitchell, offensively, we haven't been playing bad. We've been, averaging in the low 50s. But that one was, hopefully a wake-up call for our kids, and being able to all right, now we got to be able to lock in every single game and be ready to go.
You kind of mentioned a little bit about what you expect from Pierre tonight, but to me, it's a couple of teams that I think on paper are going to be really evenly matched, and that kind of brings this all down to execution here. And they who make the most plays is going to come out on top here.
Yeah, that's so true. And playing here is a tough thing. We have not won very many games here, and it's a fun place to play, but it's a tough place to play. And like I said, Pierre's so well coached. They do such great things offensively, defensively, that we've got to be able to be locked in. And we talk to our kids about 3 keys to winning on the road. You got to play good defense, you got to take care of the basketball, and you got to rebound. If you do those things on the road, you give yourself a chance to win, because you're able to then negate a little bit of what the crowd can do if you can rebound and if you can limit offensive opportunities. And then defensively, if you're solid and if you're not turning the ball over. Now, Pierre, they speed you up and try to get you to turn it over because they do such a good job defensively. So we're going to have to make sure that we really focus in on a lot of that stuff.
I guess I imagine for you guys that have 94-foot courts, you come to a smaller one and the fans are right on top of you. You take that crowd out of the game as soon as possible, and that can certainly work in your advantage.
Well, absolutely. Just thinking back to our Sodak game last year when we came here in the crowd and the environment, and we get down 16-1 or something like that, like right away. we eventually got ourselves back into it, and all of a sudden it got pretty quiet in here, and then it turned and they got loud again. But yeah, it's a fun environment because, like I said, we have a very big gym, and it can kind of seem quiet in there, but you come to this gym, and it's loud, and it's a neat environment. The community does a great job supporting their kids, and so it's fun.
All right. Any other keys to success we haven't talked about yet?
Like I said, we just got to come out. We got to be ready to play and, execute our stuff offensively, be solid defensively, and hopefully come out with a big road win.
All right, Coach, always a pleasure. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. I appreciate it.
That's Nick Meyer of the Harrisburg Tigers, a guy we've been talking to for 10, 15 years, it seems, as the head coach of the Harrisburg Tigers. Coach's comments and keys to success, sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care. The pregame countdown is about ready to wind out, so let's get into starting lineups very quickly. Here are the Pierre Governors in the Envirotech starting lineup, starting with Jasmine Yost, a 5'3" senior guard. Molly Olson is a shooting guard, 5'6", and a junior. Emery Larson, speaking of shooters, a 5'5" senior, is going to be the leader of this squad. Jordan Kirky, a 5'6" junior forward, and Mackenzie Flotmeyer, a 5'6" senior power forward for the Pierre Governors, the starting five. Jasmine Yost, Molly Olson, Emery Larson, Jordan Kirky, and Kenzie Flotmeyer, along with Zoe Bauer and Marina Bushbaum in off the bench, the first couple, at least for head coach Kirk Bebout in the 2 and 3 Pierre Governors. For Harrisburg, also 2 and 3, Logan Durnall is starting guard, 5'6" junior. Lincoln Tryon and Taylor Nedved are guards, and Claire McCallum and Allison Flanagan are the forwards for Nick Meyer and the Harrisburg Tigers. The starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech. We pause for 2 minutes. We've got more coming up. This is Governor Basketball.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use the mobile app Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com. 605-224-5912.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Back at Ringside Gym, as you just heard from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection, they sponsor the naming of tonight's game officials. They're the law on the court, brought to you by the Attorney General's Office. And tonight's game officials come from Aberdeen, Scott Whitlock and Kim Zimmerman to do the honors, plus Chris Long, who's been a busy guy here at Ringside Gym, coming up from Presho to do the honors as well. We thank our game officials for doing what is very oftentimes a thankless job in officiating high school sports. Our game officials are the law on the court. Kim Zimmerman, Scott Whitlock, Chris Long, thanks guys for being our law on the court. Harrisburg being announced on the floor. The Governors will be as well. And our opening tip is brought to you by Comtech. Let's hear from them. We tip it off. Girls basketball coming up for the first time this season on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security, and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Comtech with the opening tip, which is still coming up. Let's get you set for what's to come in girls basketball, or also Governor Sports here on the official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, drgnews.com. Girls and boys both in action on Saturday. The girls will be hosting Sioux Falls, Washington at 2 o'clock with a 1:30 pregame. Join Justin Coward for the call on that one on KGFX. I'll head to Sioux Falls with the boys, and we'll have the boys coverage on River 92.7. The Governor boys at Sioux Falls, Washington. Washington's girls 6-0. Washington's boys off to about a 1-5 start. So something interesting going on there. But I'm sure that'll be a tougher opponent than what their record certainly indicates. But we're ready to go here tonight at Riggs High Gym, along with William Wilson in studio. Caleb Brozick on camera. Remember to watch this game as well at drgnews.com, the River 92.7 page, or on gogovs.live. The Comtech opening tip is up, and it's controlled by Kenzie Flottmeyer and the Pierre Governors. As you watch this one, Pierre is in home white with the green numbers and trim. They're moving from left to right. Harrisburg defending, wearing the road maroons with the gold numbers and trim. They'll head right to left when they've got the basketball. Molly Olson out top of the key right side. Bounces one to Emery Larson. Here's Flottmeyer as the Govs working on the first possession around the wing. And around the perimeter, Kirky with 8 on the shot clock. Here's a drive, and in and out and back in again. Jasmine Yost gets around the defense, and we'll lay it up and in. The Governors strike first. Yost in pressure mode in the full court. Immediately, here's a quick fire 3 for Harrisburg, but this one off the mark, no good. A second bounce off the rim falls into the hands of Claire McCallum. She will lay it up and in, and we are tied. Lincoln Tryon had the first attempt for 3 that was off the mark, but a second chance basket ties us up. And the Governors work it underneath the Flottmeyer as she beats the defense. Harrisburg providing some pressure as well, and Kenzie Flottmeyer able to get the easy 2 to go. And now we've got a turnover, a backcourt violation called on the Tigers as the Governors get that defense. So both teams, we talk about the similarities, at least on paper, of these two teams. They're going to play a lot of similar ways as well, specifically on the defensive end. Govs lead 4-2 and have the basketball after the first turnover of the night, but the second one comes in the cause of the Governors as they fumble a pass, and it's taken away by Tryon. So right to left, here come the Tigers. Tryon will feed over, and a 2-ball is up and good. This for Allison Flanagan, who is the only senior, along with 4 juniors in that starting lineup. Tryon steals a pass in the backcourt. In a 4-4 tie, Harrisburg looking for their first lead. Tryon for 3 is off the mark, no good. Another offensive rebound. Underneath, trying to collect herself. Shot up, no good, though. The miss by Taylor Nedved. And Pierre will knock it away out of bounds. So Harrisburg has missed a couple of opportunities here, but now as the officials confer as to maybe who was the last to touch, they will stay it is, no, actually they had said Pierre basketball, but I think Pierre was the team that knocked it out. And it will be Harrisburg basketball. I said Chris Long was doing this game, but it's Cooper Long, Chris's son, down for pressure, up from pressure. Cooper Long, the official, working with Kim Zimmerman and Scott Whitlock, and Mr. Whitlock, the veteran official, overruled this time. So here come the Tigers again, and a 3 fired by Logan Durnall, who I think this is might be one of the leaders of this team this season, but she misses from long range. Jordan Kirky with the rebound, and now she'll push it up ahead. An open 3. Molly Olson, too much on that one, and it'll be Harrisburg basketball coming back right to left again. Starting to get a little faster pace here. Quick fire shots. And we got our first foul called on the floor here. This one goes against the Governors, and Jasmine Yost picks up personal foul number 1. The inbound goes up top to Claire McCallum. 4-4 a tie. Harrisburg trying to get their first lead of the night. On the drive into the lane, and the shot up off the glass and good for Taylor Nedved, the 5'8 junior. And the Tigers lead 6-4. Kirky penetrates and then stops and tried to get it back, but fell down. She still gets rid of the basketball, and now we've got a foul and a bump. And as Jasmine Yost was driving toward the free throw line, this one goes to Flanagan. That'll be her first personal. Strange to see small rosters here. Both of these teams with not very big varsity rosters as far as number of players. The Governors with about 12 players on their varsity roster. Harrisburg with only about 10. Here's Emery Larson firing first time from long range, but that went off the mark from a three-point effort. Governors 0 for 2 early on, and now it is Olsen, I think, who gets the steal from behind. The Governors go the distance here. Actually, the feed ahead to Olsen, but the layup missed. Molly will get her own rebound, and the Governors have another opportunity here. 4:50 as we slow it down a little bit to go. First quarter, 6-4, Harrisburg up early. Olsen and the cutter, Kirky. Didn't expect that pass maybe too quickly or so soon. And the Governors will throw it away out of bounds and still trail 6-4. Pierce scored on their first 2 possessions and had a 4-2 lead, but Harrisburg with 4 unanswered, working with a 6-4 advantage now. As we continue at the 4:35 range of quarter number 1. Here's a kick out to Durnall for 3, and that one touched by Harrisburg. It'll be out of bounds as Kirky lets it go. Tigers are 0 for 4 from outside the arc thus far. 4.5 minutes to play. First play stoppage in quarter number 1 as Jordan Kirky will check out. And Marina Bushbaum, a 5'10 junior, on for the first time tonight for the Governors. Inbound comes in. It's Ellen Hart, number 12, who is handling the basketball as well. She just checked in, the 5'4 sophomore, and she'll take a bump on the floor, and a foul is whistled on Harrisburg. And it is whistled on Lincoln Tryon. That'll be her first and the team's second. Molly Olsen to inbound off the Governor bench into Hart. Harrisburg with Emerson Geddes defending her. She's a 5'6 sophomore who just checked in. Here's Larson for 3. Handed off. Couple of bounces on the rim. It comes away. Kept alive nicely by the Governors as Hart gets the offensive rebound. That was looking for points, though. Larson in the lane. Had to get rid of it. Bushbaum driving right side. Kicks out. Molly Olsen. She'll drive in the lane, and the reverse is up and good for Molly Olsen with the left hand. 6-6. We've tied at 2, tied at 4, now tied at 6. Even after Harrisburg took their only lead of the game, the Governors trapping Geddes here. But she lost it, but got it back and gets it away. Here's 24, Autumn Bryant, the 5'8 senior, on for the first time. Autumn fires a 3, and that's off the front end, no good. Bryant with roots here in the Pierre area. Daughter of one of the Bryant boys, Toby Tyler. Here's a 3 ball for Larson from a long way away, but that one is no good. Loose ball on the floor, knocked away by the Tigers. Flanagan will be back in as McCollum will check out for Harrisburg with 3:16 to play here in our opening quarter. Larson skips it across to the near side. Olsen eyed a 3, decided against it. And Ellen Hart will bring it back out to the top of the key to reset the offense. Bushbaum driving. Stops on the baseline and then has it knocked out of her hands by Flanagan. It'll stay with the Governors. Just under 3 minutes to play in the first. The two teams more predicated, more based on defense, and so far a bit of a defensive-minded game. But Larson still trying to find a spot to shoot from, and a 3-pointer from the right corner, no good. Molly Olsen, a good hustle play, will run it down, get an offensive rebound, throw it off the leg of a Tiger defender, and the Governors will inbound off of the Harrisburg bench. Olsen will push it ahead in 2. Ellen Hart now back to Larson. Durnall right there denying the 3-point opportunity this time. Now Olsen tries to get around Bryant, and Bryant with a good defensive play forces Molly Olsen to the end line, steps on it. That's out of bounds. That's turnover number 4. So far for the Governors with 2:42 to play in a 6-6 tie, quarter number 1. Emerson Getty's running the point, bringing it across, but stopped her dribble just before half court. Finds Taylor Nedved. Over to the left side, quickly inside. Turnaround shot by Bryant. Has too much on it. Bushbaum rebounds, and then she'll draw a foul. And we'll go to... Actually, it'll be an inbound for the Governors. 3rd team foul for the Tigers. Taylor Nedved, the guilty party here. Governors will have the length of the floor to go, but all 10 players are in the front court. Jordan Kirky comes back in, takes the inbound. Looked like she wanted to shoot right off of the taking the inbound pass, but that was on the wrong side of the court, so she thought better against it. Here's a nice entry pass. Ellen Hart into Molly Olsen, who is fouled in the act of shooting, and Molly will go to the free throw line as Autumn Bryant picks up her first personal foul. And Molly, the 5'6" junior, steps to the charity line to try to put the Governors back in front here. Pierre scored first. Harrisburg tied at 2. Pierre scored again. Harrisburg tied at 4. Then the Tigers added another to go up 6-4 before the Governors tied it again. Olsen misses the first of 2. She'll try one more. If she makes it, a Governor's sub will come in. This one rattles in and out. No good, though. And Claire McCallum, who is back in, comes down with the rebound. We remain tied 6-6 early on. 2:05 to play in the first quarter. Ranging around the top of the key, Geddes comes right side, skips it back to the left, and driving to the free throw line. Shot up. Oh, it's no good. The miss by Lincoln Tryon. Olsen with the rebound again, and up ahead comes Ellen Hart. Both teams struggling offensively here. Driving here, Yost, and a clean block by Nedved, but she steps on the end line. Great play and great hands play there for Taylor Nedved of Harrisburg. However, stepping on the end line, collecting the loose ball, it stays with Pierre, and they have a new shot clock. Here's Olsen off of the inbound. Can't get it to go. It's off the back of the rim. And then a tie-up on the inbound. And, well, actually, Harrisburg had possession. So they get the rebound, and Coach Nick Meyer gets a Coca-Cola timeout in there as well. We'll pause for 30 seconds. 1:37 to play. We're in the first quarter. Just getting started. 30-second Coke break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Tokyo Japanese.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store. Back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Riggs High Gym, first time out in the books, used by the Tigers after a rebound. And then a timeout used in the backcourt. We welcome you back as the Tigers have it in a 6-6 tie. Stepping back for 3 is Emerson Geddes on the right wing. Can't get it to go as both teams continue to struggle. Jordan Kirky with a Governor rebound. Here's a Molly Olsen. Well, it looked like she was going to fire, but the defense was there. She finds Kenzie Flottmeyer instead. Near side, the give and go from Hart, but McCallum saw it coming, and Claire McCallum gets in for the steal. Hands off to Allison Flanagan. Stop and go down to the baseline. Kick back here. McCallum with a nice move around defenders. Little hesitation there, but Claire McCallum puts her second field goal up and in. She has 4, and Harrisburg up 8-6. Here's Larson inside the three-point line off of the right elbow. No good. Emery 0 for 5 so far, and lots of people having genuine struggles and trying to find the bottom of the basket here so far in our first quarter. 30 seconds to go. 8-6 Tigers. Now Kirky working her way to a steal. Up ahead And the layup missed by Flottmeyer. Crowd wants a foul, won't get it. Chance for Kirky will not go. And now we've got a foul on the floor. I don't know if it was in the act of shooting, but Ellen Hart came up with the loose basketball. Actually, it was Olsen. No offensive rebound there for the Governors. Olsen has the foul. It was a Harrisburg rebound instead. 8-6 still. Governors haven't scored in probably 2 to 3 minutes of game time here in this first quarter. Shot clock off. Only 10 ticks to play in our first stanza here at Riggs. Driving the lane. McCallum comes up short. She's got a foul. That'll send her to the free throw line. And Harrisburg will have their first attempts from the charity line in this game tonight. The Governors went 0 for 2 earlier on. Foul here goes to Emery Larson. It'll be her first personal. McCallum, front end of 2 is good. And again, either team could really, if you think about it, could really have a nice sizable lead already in this game. The shooting woes have been real for both teams. McCallum too much on the second one, and Pierre knocks it away out of bounds, trying to get a rebound. Last touch by Kirky. The Tigers lead 9-6, and they've got 2.7 seconds to try to get one last shot down. Little miscommunication. McCallum has to go deep to get it. Now a 3-ball blocked by Molly Olsen. Attempted by Allison Flanagan, but that'll bring an end to our first quarter of play. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it'll be 9-6 Harrisburg. Bit of a slow go for both teams so far. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. As we pause for 60 seconds, we'll go to quarter number 2. When we come back, you're listening to Governor Basketball, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the quarter station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The quarter station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the quarter station and the crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
6 lead, Harrisburg with the basketball as well, as we start our second quarter of play. Neither team putting a lot of points on the board so far. The Governors were 3 of 12 in that first quarter, 0 for 5 from long range. Harrisburg, 4 of 14. And 0 for 7 from outside the arc. Lincoln Tryon thought about it, but she puts it on the floor and then dishes to Claire McCallum, who will put it up and in. McCallum now with 7 points as the basket goes to make it 11-6. Governors move it up the floor very nicely. They beat the defense, and Jasmine Yost will get the finish. And that's what the Governors needed. Just get some easy offense. Harrisburg's full court press, not fast enough to get back on defense this time. So the Governors score for the first time in a while. Here coming back, a 3-ball missed by Logan Durnall, but an offensive board down to the Tigers, and they still have it, right wing. Leading 11-8 now. Still with it, McCallum. And an open look here for Taylor Nedved. Swish, and the seal is broken as far as 3-pointers go in this game. Taylor Nedved swishes that one home. Harrisburg leads by 6 at 14-8. Yost outside, 3-ball this time for Zoe Bauer, a 5'5 freshman who checked in the quarter break. Comes up a little bit short, and then it'll end up out of bounds. It'll be Harrisburg basketball. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX FM, and K296FI Pierre. When you're distracted, who's driving?
Once again, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7. Glad to have you aboard on a Thursday night for girls hoops. The boys having the night off. Another shot by McCallum that misses, but Harrisburg with an offensive board. They're doing a great job in getting second chances. Second chance here by Nedved, though, no good. Larson rebounds, tries to go the distance, spins, and can't get the shot to fall. And McCallum catches up for a Harrisburg rebound. Still 14-8 Tigers. Early second quarter, we're 2 minutes in. Allison Flanagan's shot is tipped by Molly Olson, picked up by Jasmine Yost. Governors get it up the floor. Here's Kirky from the free throw line. That one rushed a little bit, and it's off the mark. Flanagan down with the rebound. I think that's the one thing, if I am to be nitpicky about the shooters tonight, both teams struggling on the floor, but they really just need to get their rhythm. They don't really have a lot of rhythm in the shot attempts so far. Here's Nedved kicking out McCallum quickly around up top and down underneath. Nedved misses once, misses twice, and now Kirky down with a Pierre rebound. Then we'll head back the other way. Neither team really taking advantage of all of the, or a good percentage of the opportunities they're presenting themselves with. And Harrisburg with 5 offensive rebounds in this game. They put 1 or 2 back home, but they have missed on a few other golden ops. Here's Nedved with a tip of a Yost pass. Up ahead, Taylor gets it back, and here comes Kirky with a good hustle play. Will block the shot out of bounds. So play stoppage here with 4:50 to go in the second period. Kirky will check out for the Governors along with Zoe Bauer. Marina Bushbaum, among others, back in. I think Ellen Hart joined her this time. Tigers have it from the corner. Drive to the lane. Kick up, kick out, kick over, and a rattling 3 is good for Lincoln Tryon. And suddenly the Tigers have hit 2 of their last 3, and they've built a 9-point lead here in the second period. 4:36 to go. Timeout called by Kirk Bebout. Timeouts in our broadcast are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre. We'll pause for 60 seconds. We'll be back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olson. Plenty of time. 3 seconds. Gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Kirk Bebout probably hoping the Governors can change the momentum and the swing of things that have gone on here in this second period. A 3-ball out of the break by Larson is missed. Molly Olson got a second opportunity. That one's no good. Marina Bushbaum from closer range, no good. The Governors still with the basketball on the floor. How about Olson for 3 from the right wing? No good. There's another offensive rebound. Larson this time comes up short. Save attempt, no good. Oh, a lot of opportunities for the Govs, but they couldn't get them to go. Olson missed a couple. Larson missed a couple. Bushbaum missed one inside. Trying to keep up with all the rebounds and the offensive efforts by the Govs, but they do come up empty. Now a tip pass. Harrisburg up the floor in front of the Governor bench, and Lydia Jensen, a 5'9", 8th grader, has checked in. She had it momentarily, but then Jasmine Yost tries to take it away. Actually did, but was standing on the sideline in front of the Pierre bench. Coach Bebout will send in a sub in the play stoppage. Alex Ludeman, a 5'5" freshman, is on for the first time. Emery Larson catching a break. Larson is 0 for 8 so far on the floor tonight. Just not having it as of yet. Plenty of time to go. 3:40 to play. We're in the second. It's 17-8. Harrisburg looking for another three, and suddenly they've started to hit them. Taylor Nedved gets her second of the night. That's 3 of them put down from long range by the Tigers here in this second quarter, and they lead 20-8. And now the pass gets away, and it'll be stolen in the backcourt. Tigers work it underneath. Shot is up and good for Jensen, the 8th grader, and a foul is called. And Harrisburg really starting to run away with this thing now in this second period of play. 15 with the foul is Marina Bushbaum, her first personal. 22-8 in a second quarter that started at 9-6 in favor of Harrisburg. Chance at a three-point play here for Jensen, and she'll rattle it home. 2 for 3 on the line for the Tigers. They lead by 15 now. And they've scored, in fact, a dozen points in a row in a game that was once 11-8. Here's a hesitation by Ludeman, and she'll drag the pivot foot and travel with it. As you probably know, there are 2 stations who cover Governor Sports in Pierre, but we've both got a little extra competition. The Pierre student body's got a little sports broadcasting booth set up down in front of your camera view to your right side. I love the fact that there are student announcers kind of doing their thing. They're just having a good time. They're not, I don't think they're on the air or anything like that, but certainly doing a good job and having a good time with it. Another turnover for Harrisburg. This one goes out of bounds. That's only their 5th of the game so far. Governors have 8 unofficially. Pierre needs some offense, though, and Molly Olson with miscommunication trying to get it to Bushbaum, and the Governors will return the favor. 23-8. Harrisburg by 15, a 13, make it a 14-2 advantage for the Tigers here in quarter number 2. And Coach Bebout will make some wholesale changes here. Jasmine Yost back in. Emery Larson and Jordan Kirky on with her. Ellen Hart and Alex Ludeman still out there for the Governors. 2:35 to go. Here comes Logan Durnall on the drive to the right block. Kicks it back out. Now Nedved pushes it over, and they get it to Jensen. Sadie Worth, the 5'8 junior, is in there too. Was in on the mix. Alex Flanagan fires a 3. That will not go, and then it's knocked away out of bounds. Both teams want to hit the threes. Harrisburg has started hitting them, but their percentage still not great. The Governors are looking for their first one from distance. They are 0 for 10 so far. Olsen takes the handoff, drives right side over Jensen, a little bit short. Ways away from the basketball. The rebound down to Taylor Nedved and the Tigers, who are looking to add to a 15-point lead. Hosting up Flanagan, who's screaming for the basketball for a little while. Now they get a cutter inside, and the layup no good. The miss there on a golden opportunity for Taylor Nedved. Govs with a rebound. They'll push it up the floor. Olsen off to Kirky. Now Emery Larson. Larson tries to drive, trying anything to get on the board, and she does this time. Emery Larson drives and scores over Logan Durnall. Durnall with the foul, and Emery Larson with a chance at a 3-point play. Emery's got to be thinking it's about darn time, because she has put several shots up to no avail. Now she'll try a free throw too. The 3-point play, no good. Kirky battling, but Flanagan will take the rebound away. The Governors are 0 for 3 from the free throw line. But their first bucket in a while to end a 12-0 run. It's 23-10 now. Incidental trip up there by Jasmine Yost, and the entry pass comes underneath to Flanagan. She thought it might have been tipped away, but it was not. Tigers will lose it out of bounds. Nedved out, Claire McCollum back in, and the play stoppage. 1:17 to play, second quarter. Harrisburg has extended a big lead right now, 23-10. Governors, though, trying to score their second in a row. Here's Larson for a rain-making three that will not go, and McCallum has the rebound taken away from Ellen Hart. Quickly up ahead, it comes from Emerson Geddes. Left alone, and she misses an open 8-footer. Second chance for McCallum, no good. She gets another offensive board, and then this time is able to muscle it home. Claire McCallum working hard, and now we've got a foul on Geddes at center court. Emerson Geddes, the sophomore, with her second personal. Neither team in danger of sending the other one into bonus here in the last 40 seconds of our first half. Inbound crosses half court. Emery Larson off to Ellen Hart. Now Olsen. Larson off of a screen. 3-ball off the front of the rim. It just will not go. Then it's down to Harrisburg once again. Lincoln Tryon to Logan Durnall. Now Geddes again. Shot clock is off. We've got 15 seconds to go. Here's a foul that'll go to Jasmine Yost trying to get around a screen at the top of the key. Just a foul on the floor. It'll be an inbound coming for the Tigers. Once again, shot clock is off, and there's just 14 seconds to go here in the first half. Doves hope to keep it at 25-10 here, but they've got to figure some things out in that halftime locker room conversation. Here comes Tryon for three on line, and she hits it. Big shot there for the Tigers to close out our first half of play as Lincoln Tryon hits her third 3-ball of the first half of play. And on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, Harrisburg running out to a 28-10 advantage. Scoreboard's brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 3 minutes and go to halftime, which is itself sponsored by Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial on East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. 3 minutes and we're back to talk about it. Governor Basketball is on your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 at drgnews.com.
Welcome to Bowie.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Buying or selling a home is a big decision. You need an expert who knows the market and gets results. Scott Darnall at Lee Real Estate in Pierre brings experience, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense approach to help you navigate every step. Whether you're looking for the perfect home or the best offer, Scott is committed to making the process smooth and stress-free. Ready to make your next move? Call Scott Darnall at 605-220-2676. Lee Real Estate, Meredith Lee, broker, owner.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Dakota Pro Air is a locally family-owned business that has been taking care of farmers' aerial needs since 2020. With locations in Letcher and Miller, Dakota Pro Air is able to provide service to a large area. Ground conditions too wet, or just don't want those sprayer tracks in your field? Give Dakota Pro Air a call for all your chemical and fertilizer application needs at 605-248-2314.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436.
At Iverson Auto, our legacy is your trust. Whether you're in Mitchell or in Huron, we embody the values that have defined us for generations. We have been your partner on the road since 1948.
We bring decades of expertise to ensure your journey begins with confidence. Our goal is to turn your visit into a memorable experience, leaving you with a smile and peace of mind.
Iverson Auto of Mitchell and Huron are here to make your car buying experience smooth and enjoyable every step of the way.
Visit us online at iversonauto.com.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Hey Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my whole group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Each day brings the opportunity to make a difference,
to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy.
Agriculture is like
welcome long range. They've tried them from inside and gotten the offensive rebounds, but it's just one of those nights so far, and the even the putbacks aren't going back with much regularity. So again, Governors will see if the halftime break worked, and now as we switch directions, maybe coming in the home half here, maybe the Governors can get something going. Harrisburg, by the way, coming in with the same record as the Governors, 2-3. They play against Huron in a girls and boys doubleheader that they'll host on Saturday. It's Emery Larson driving to start things off in the opening possession to the Governors, but Larson's shot is blocked. Claire McCallum and the Tigers come down with it. Harrisburg left to right, wearing the road maroons. The Governors in white are right to left as you watch this one. Here's an open lane for Allison Flanagan, but she misses on the left side. Here will knock the rebound away, and we have our first play stoppage of the second half. Second half throw in like the opening tip, brought to you by Comtech in Pierre. Communication and electronic sales and service on the lower truck bypass. Governors do a good job defensively, and they induce a turnover as Taylor Nedved can't find anybody to toss it into. It's a 5-second violation, and Pierre will get it back. Starting 5 out there for the Governors: Jasmine Yost, Jordan Kirky, Emery Larson, who has it now, Holly Olson, and Kenzie Flottmeyer on the floor. Against the starters for the Tigers as well. Here is Yost out beyond the arc, right side, top of the key. Little penetration. She'll kick it back outside to Molly Olson. Now Yost again, thinking about 3, but she won't pull the trigger. 8 on the shot clock. Pass is tipped. It's into the backcourt. Govs have to hurry. And this is a toss-up. That's Yost in desperation to try to beat the shot clock. It did not rattle the rim, and that will technically be a shot clock violation. Harrisburg coaches, I think, wanted a backcourt violation, but there was a pass that was tipped. Doesn't matter. The Governors unable to get anything to go. We're in a minute in to our second half, third quarter. Taylor Nedved, along with Lincoln Tryon, who had a big second quarter. Here's Allison Flanagan. It's Claire McCallum inside, and now Logan Durnall to round out the starting 5 for the Harrisburg Tigers here in the second half. They've got 10 seconds to shoot. Here's a lob to McCallum. In the lane, loses the basketball, but it's knocked away by Pierre. And Harrisburg with 5 to shoot once we get going again. The inbound coming off the right side of the key. 6:29 to go, third quarter. And just getting it in this time are the Tigers. Here's a drive for Durnall on the baseline, and she had to beat the shot clock herself. Shot no good. It was pulled down by Pierre, but Yost loses it into the hands of Lincoln Tryon and then getting it back under the basket. And Claire McCallum is fouled in the act of shooting. Emery Larson with her second personal foul. First team foul for either team in the third period with 6:17 to go. Yeah, the first scoring opportunity here comes from the free throw line, and McCallum, who hit one of two in the first period but misses the first of two this time. Try again to get her 10th point down, unable to do so. That one just a little off the mark. And Jordan Kirky down with the rebound for the Governors. 28-10. Jasmine Yost driving. Shot too much off of the glass. On a driving layup attempt. Rebound down to the Tigers. Yost got around a screen, but that didn't look all that pretty. Meanwhile, underneath the basket, Nedved with a turnaround shot. No good. And Yost battling for a rebound with McCallum. It looked like she might have hit the back of her head, but she nods and says she's all right. Jump ball will keep it here with the Tigers. Under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. McCallum takes the inbound, fakes the handoff. She backs in against Jordan Kirky. Misses a bunny. Shot no good. Got her own rebound. And then as Ellen Hart tries to get a steal, there's a foul on a push, and it actually is against Hart of the Governors with her first personal. Another rebound, however, for Claire McCallum. I've got her in double figures now. Had her at 9 at halftime. She's already got 3 more here in the third quarter, and fake the pass, and Lincoln Tryon will lean in and put the first shot of the second half home with 2.5 minutes gone by. A 20-point Harrisburg lead. It's 30-10. And now a 10-second violation. Nope. To save it, Coach Bebout gets a timeout with 25 seconds on the shot clock. 5:24 to go in the third. Let's pause for 30 seconds. Timeout sponsored in our broadcast by Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors.
Which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step toward better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
30-12, our score. Harrisburg leading. Nice give and go and a wide open layup. It's up and good. That was Nedved to Allison Flanagan. Back to Nedved, who lays it up and in. Nedved was 7. It's 32-12. Hart trying to stay out of a trap. Able to get out of there. Govs have it. Molly Olson with it near side, left side. Hart waits for the screen. Dribbles off to Molly Olson with the pass. Govs down to 5 on the shot clock again. Flottmeyer tries one, but the shot is blocked, and it's picked up by Olson, who will put it up and in. Molly Olson stayed on that play. Her second and third field goals and back-to-back trips now, and it's 32-14. Molly leading the Governors with 6. Pierce still trails by 18 as Nedved drives in the lane, and Jordan Kirky with a hands play to induce a jump ball. And that'll be a takeaway as the Governors have the possession arrow in their favor. First subs in for Coach Meyer and the Harrisburg Tigers. They bring in Autumn Bryant, the 5'8 senior. Autumn, I believe, who comes in and takes the steal. McCallum comes up with a loose ball, but that was tipped by Bryant. Then McCallum feeds underneath to Nedved. Give Autumn Bryant the steal. I think she is the daughter of Toby Bryant. Here, Olsen wasn't waiting, wasn't expecting the pass from Larson. It's an easy pickup for the Tigers, but they missed the shot from close range. Nedved keeps it alive. Now 3-ball for Bryant up top, no good. Here's another opportunity. Logan Durnall, who's been quiet all game, finally gets one to go. Another 3 down for the Tigers. Then again, the Governors just unable to complete some passes in some cases. We got another jump ball. Harrisburg returns the favor and gets the arrow this time on a tie-up. 3:07 to go, third quarter. McCallum checks out for the Tigers. Emerson Geddes is in there. Lydia Jensen, the 8th grader, off the bench. Now Durnall is on the run off of the inbound, and she'll lay it up and in. That turned into a breakaway, and Harrisburg's making it look easy. Suddenly their lead is all the way up to 25 now. It's 39-14. Marina Bushbaum in for the Governors, as is Zoe Bauer for the second time tonight. Here's Larson trying to find some space to fire a 3. That one might have been blocked a little bit. And it's caught underneath by the Tigers, who will head up left to right across the timeline. Harrisburg looks like they're really starting to settle in, but Bushbaum with a nice hands play. She'll get a steal. Marina the other direction. And Marina Bushbaum puts it home. Steal by Marina. And the breakaway layup against 2 defenders. The layup is good. It's 39-16. Bushy with her first 2 off the bench. Here comes Bryant driving left side. Fumbles the dribble, but picks it up in time to get it to Geddes on the top of the key. And Geddes might have just traveled with it, but as the Tigers will lose it out of bounds anyway, it'll be Pierre Governor basketball. Flanagan back in, Nedved out in the play stoppage, and the Governors will bring out Molly Olsen as well, and Alex Ludeman, freshman guard, back on. 39-16. Here right now, just hoping for something positive. We got a blocking foul on the floor that goes to Autumn Bryant. And a little dribble penetration by Ludeman. Bryant's second personal foul. I think she's the first Lady Tiger with that many. Step back 3 off of the inbound. There's some rhythm. Finally for Emery Larson. Her 10th attempt, and she gets one to go. 3-ball down for the Governor leader, who has just 5 points so far tonight. But if she gets hot, this game can change complexion very quickly. Governors trap Flanagan down near the baseline, but the foul will be called on a reach. Their 3rd team foul, and this is Kenzie Flopmeyer's first personal. Inbound. Goes all the way out to the near corner. Skip pass over to the far side and off the glass. A 3-ball short for Emerson Geddes. Flopmeyer collects the rebound underneath. Give and go. Kenzie's got it back, and it lays the layup good for Kenzie Flopmeyer, fed by Alex Ludeman. That's what the Governor offense needs, just more fluidity and ease of processing, so to speak. Here is Bryant missing a 3. Rebound to the Governors. They'll slow it back up. Harrisburg catches up, and a deep 3 this time. NBA range and then some for Emery Larson. 2 in a row for Lars. She's got 8, and we've got a 15-point ball game. It was 25 not long ago, 39-24. Tigers will take a timeout with 49 seconds left. Coca-Cola bottling. It's a 30-second Coke break, and we're back with more Pierre Governor basketball.
Fentanyl is a
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
The momentum on their side. There's still plenty of time in this game. We are in the final minute of the third period. Welcome back to Riggs High Gym. What was 39-14 now sees the Governor scoring 10 unanswered, and it's 39-24. Here late third quarter, Claire McCallum is back in for Harrisburg, though. She's a pretty good stopper. She's fed by Flanagan. McCallum kisses it off the glass and scores to end the rally. Governors have it back, trailing by 17, 41-24. Flanagan down to the baseline, right side. Now Flottmeyer finds space in front of the free throw line. The shot is up and good from 12 feet. Kenzie's third field goal, and the Governor offense has certainly found some rhythm in this third period. That was completely non-existent in that entire first half of play. Here's Durnall. 5 seconds left for the Tigers to try to get one more down. McCallum drives. Shot no good. Flanagan rebounds, but doesn't have time to put one final shot up. And that's how our third period will come to an end on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. It's Harrisburg 41 and the Governors 26. The Governors have momentum going to the fourth. Scoreboard's brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We're back in 60 seconds for the fourth quarter of Pierre Governor basketball. Your official voice of the Govs, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union
has been
Press
proudly
Box.
serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. Service Master Restore provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. Service Master of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Threes late in the third, tries to start the Governor offense with one here to begin the fourth, but that one just off the mark, and McCallum down with a rebound, but a Jordan Kirky steal on an errant pass. Kirky looking to go the distance. Oh, McCallum blocks her. Kirky ends up saving it. Now we've got a loose ball, but a tie up on the floor. It'll be Harrisburg basketball. McCallum with a blocked shot on Kirky to deny another breakaway opportunity. Still 41-26. Harrisburg built a 25-point lead, and then the Governors ran off 10 in a row. Pierre ends up outscoring the Tigers 15-13 in that third quarter. Obviously, scoring-wise, it was a lot closer than it seemed, but that was because Harrisburg had a good run early, and then the Governors closed in late. Here's a three for Lincoln Tryon, left wing, no good. Rebound taken by Nedved over the top of Kirky, and now Kirky gets one here after Nedved misses the putback. And I believe she's pushed from behind. We'll have a foul on the floor, and it'll be the second personal for Taylor Nedved. Nobody in real foul trouble. Nobody has more than two personals in this game. Been a pretty clean game overall. Zoe Bauer in there. Kirky passes, but it's to Flanagan instead. Allison Flanagan with a takeaway. First minute gone by in the fourth, and the Governor momentum has not continued so far here early in our final period. Kick out here. Durnall too much on it, but it comes right down into the hands of Nedved, who is right there to put it home from the left side. That ball couldn't have fallen any better. The shot by Durnall was too much, but it came right off of the backboard and down on the backside into the hands of Taylor Nedved, who gets a left-handed layup on the run. 43-26, the lead back to 17. Here's Molly Olson with it. Looked like she was faking a pass, but tried to shoot over Nedved off the right block and is fouled. Molly will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Molly Olson with 6 points. Nedved picks up her third personal, so she's the first player in this game with that many fouls for either team. Olson to shoot 2. First one's off the back of the rim, though. No good. 0 for 3 for Molly from the free throw line. Hoping to get one down here, and that one still will not go. Doves have struggled mightily from a lot of points on the floor in this game. Durnall takes the screen and drives around a couple of defenders quickly down the lane, helping defenses there, but Zoe Bauer will be called for the foul. Good foul here for Zoe. She at least negated a easy basket for Logan Durnall. I'll be honest, I came into this game, and I remember Durnall playing a good game last year down in Harrisburg, and she was the one, I believe, that was hitting the threes that gave Harrisburg the offense when they needed it. She's only hit 1 3 tonight. Actually has a 2-pointer and now a free throw down with another one to come. Made the first, missed the second, but a long rebound, and she gets her own rebound to keep it alive. Harrisburg with another possession here, leading by 18, 44-26. Lincoln Tryon passes off on the 3, puts it on the floor, now has it to Flanagan, top of the key. Bushbaum had a hand on a pass, but Harrisburg still with it. Now as they're down to 10 to shoot. On the shot clock, bodies on the floor and a screen that went awry, but here's Flanagan open for 3. That's off the front of the rim and a line drive, no good. Rebound down to Harrisburg as they just continue to get those offensive boards. Another chance for Tryon, who's hit 3 in this game. That won't go. Flanagan has another offensive rebound. And the Governors will commit a foul trying to get it back. Kirky's first personal here. Everybody hollers, rebound, rebound. Obviously, that's key to success. Sometimes the rebounds just don't... They don't bounce in your direction. Here's Durnall finding a spot to shoot 3. That's no good. And this time the Governors just didn't block out. McCallum gets an offensive board, and she will be fouled. Another foul on the floor. This is the second straight for Jordan Kirky, and the third for the Governors as a team in the fourth quarter, rather. 44-26. Only 3 points down by the Tigers. That's all the scoring we've had in the fourth quarter. If the Governor momentum was going to continue in this period, and it's going to have to reset and restart at some point. Another foul on the floor to the Govs, but this one actually is called in the act of shooting. That was on a drive by Allison Flanagan. She'll go to the free throw line. She's fouled by Marina Bushbaum, her second. So Flanagan to shoot a pair. The first one is up. No good. Flanagan's first attempt on the stripe tonight. Tough night offensively for both teams, but again, the shots just started falling for Harrisburg along the way, and they have been able to continue building things up. Flanagan hits the second one, and it's 45-26. Governors, well, they beat everybody on defense up the floor except for Flanagan. Marina Bushbaum's shot is blocked. Tigers have the rebound. Tigers have the possession, leading by 19. Govs cut a big lead down to something more manageable, but they haven't been able to continue. There's a layup missed by Flanagan. Flanagan off of an offensive rebound, couldn't get it to go, but she kicks out. Now Durnall will hit a 3. And so the Tigers just continue to pour it on here. 48-26. Here are the Governors with Bushbaum. Fed from up top. Defense beaten once again. Bushbaum avoids the blocked shot here. She hits the shot. She's fouled. And heads to the free throw line. The foul goes to Flanagan. Well, they've got that as her second. Nope, that's what I've got too. Just her second. Jordan Kirky back in. Kenzie Flottmeyer in. Kirky out, rather. Chance for Bushbaum to finish off a 3-point play. And the lefty is too strong this time. Tigers down with a rebound. They've got a whole bunch of those in this contest. In fact, I've got them at 36 now unofficially, many of which have come on the offensive glass. Flanagan spins around, fires one out, passing to Nedved, who shoots for three, but Durnall has it underneath, stepping on the end line. And it'll be Governor basketball. 20-point deficit, 20-point lead for the Harrisburg Tigers. 4:02 to play. Harrisburg still with a full court presence here. Olsen tries to get it to Flottmeyer, but McCallum cuts it off and steals it away. McCallum across the timeline, left to right. Durnall with a floater up. That's no good. Came up short. Olsen collects it underneath the basket. Rare miss for Claire McCallum. A lot of people have struggled in this game, but McCallum really has not. Offensively, Ellen Hart tries a layup on the left side, but can't get it to go. 3:23 to play. Quarter number 4. This one looks like it's no longer in doubt. The Governor offensive struggles have returned here in this final stanza. Here's Durnall driving. Kicked it out, probably had an open layup, but Nedved will miss. Rather, Tryon misses from the right elbow. Now it is Larson left open for three, no good. Bushbaum tries to keep it alive, can't do it. Rebound is knocked away, and it belongs to the Tigers. Subs in for Pierre here in the play stoppage, under 3 minutes to play. Harrisburg up by 20, 48-28. There's just better nights for the Governors, but tonight just wasn't one of them. Give a lot of credit to the Harrisburg defense, but I think the Governors, they just haven't been able to get into a rhythm, except for maybe the last 3 minutes of the third quarter play tonight. Now 5-for-5 swap here for Nick Meyer. The starters have done a heck of a job, and they'll exit with a 20-point lead, 2:47 left. Some of these players have played already. Autumn Bryant, Lydia Nelson. In fact, I think everybody in there has played. Flanagan is still in. Lydia Nelson, Sadie Worth. Emerson Geddes running the point. Here's Autumn Bryant. Again, Harrisburg not blessed with a big lineup as far as numbers of people. We've got a blocking foul called in the Govs, as Flottmeyer ended up on the floor, and this will send Autumn Bryant to the free throw line. So Flott with her second personal. Harrisburg, this seems like a victory for Harrisburg that maybe could propel them. They start playing as well as they played in the final three quarters in this game. Moving forward. They've got a winnable matchup with Huron coming up on Saturday as Bryant makes one, misses one. Ellen Hart down with the rebound off the miss. 49-28, but it seems like Harrisburg could do some damage in the next few ball games. We shall see. Governors have many new players in there. We'll get you names momentarily. Flottmeyer and Ellen Hart are still in there. Flottmeyer drives, gives off to Bryn Stoser. Zoe Bauer in there, playing some good minutes tonight. Flottmeyer shoots, but Flanagan gets a piece of that one to deny. Harrisburg back on the attack. And in the lane, nice feed underneath as Sadie Worth gets it to Lydia Jensen, kissing it off the glass for two. 51-28. Three-pointer here for Bryn Stoser. That one off the mark, no good. And a rebound is again down to the Tigers. Bryant penetrates and feeds to Jensen. Two in a row for Lydia Jensen, fed nicely by teammates. Bryant with the feed this time. And the biggest lead of the night for the Tigers is now matched at 25. At one point, it was 39-14. The Governors scored 10 in a row at the end of the third quarter. But they have not been able to score but 2 points here in this fourth period. Flottmeyer misses another. And Coach Bebout just realizing the reality of things as not been able to get things going in the Governor's direction. We've got a double dribble called against the Tigers. Turnover number 12. Final minute. Tigers will improve to a .500 record at 3-3. The Governors will fall to 2-4. They've got one of their toughest contests of the season coming up in their next game on Saturday as Bauer tries a three, but that's off the mark. Jensen rebounds. My rebounding numbers for Harrisburg have run off the stat sheet and the numbers that I provided. I've got them with 41 rebounds now. That's just ridiculous. Here's Jensen again. Jensen on the block, and she just reaps the benefits of more nice feeds, this time from Allison Flanagan. Newest, biggest lead for the Tigers with 55-28. Zoe Bauer, another try at a three, no good. Jensen will rebound it, and the Tigers can let the clock run out here. 6 seconds and counting down. That'll do it. Our final score on your Gales Gas Service scoreboard. This one got a little bit out of hand. We didn't really expect it, but a great effort by the Harrisburg Tigers as they defeat the Pierre Governors tonight. Your score, 55-28. As mentioned, the Tigers improved to 3-3 while the Governors fall to 2-4. Still a young season, still a long way to go, but a learning process here tonight for the Pierre Governors on their home floor. Tigers win it. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use their budget plan and keep full service to stay warm if you ever need to stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 3 minutes and your post game coming up. Our Family Dental post game sponsored by Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. You're listening to Governor Basketball. You're on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
Team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram. There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archive video of all games, and when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota High School sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2, and punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Back at Riggs High Gym, where we expected a tight game tonight. Both teams similar records, and I think playing similar styles. But I talked with Nick Meyer, the head coach of the Harrisburg Tigers, on keys to success. When you've got two teams that mirror each other in a lot of different ways, it comes down to execution. And tonight, the team that executed in the end was the Harrisburg Tigers. Both teams struggled mightily to get the ball in the hoop in the first quarter of play. We had a 9-6 ball game led by the Tigers, but the Tigers then hit a trio of threes in that. In fact, they hit 4 threes in that second quarter, and that just propelled them to a 19-4 advantage. They led at halftime, 28-10. And then, again, basically the story of the game, the 25-point lead that Harrisburg had early in the third quarter. Pierre went on a run of 10 in a row to cut it down to 15. Harrisburg needed a timeout. They got a bucket to close out the third quarter and led 41-26. And then the offense just shut down once again for the Governors. The shots would not fall. In fact, I've got them at 1 out of 10 on the floor in that fourth quarter. And they're outscored 14-2. Your final score, 55-28 in this one. So Harrisburg definitely played a much better ball game in the last 3 quarters of play in this one. Tigers will hit 11 of 31 on the floor in the first half, 11 of 24 in the second half, 22 of 55 overall, good for about 40%. They hit 6 of 27 from outside the arc. They're 4 of 9 from the free throw line. They got 4 players in double figures, led by 3 players with 11 each. Lincoln Tryon, Taylor Nedved, and Claire McCallum all scoring 11. Lydia Jensen off the bench with 10 points, and she scored some easy buckets in the fourth quarter in particular along the way. And Allison Flanagan, who played a good game, still held with 3 points, but she did a lot of other things. I've got her with 7 rebounds in this 55 on the board for the Tigers, who win it. The Governors struggled to 5 of 25 on the floor in the first half, 8 of 22 in the second half. But that includes 7 of 12 in the third quarter when they got more rhythm and they hit more shots. Once again, just 1 of 10 in the fourth quarter. Pierre overall, 13 out of 47 on the game, and they're only 2 of 21 from outside the arc. The three-point shot is something the Governors have to have, but they were not falling tonight. Neither were the free throws and limited opportunities. The Governors are 0 for 6 from the stripe tonight. Emery Larson, who hit 2 threes in that third quarter run, has 8 points, but a tough night for her. Molly Olson with 6, Kenzie Flotmeyer with 6, then Jasmine Yost with 4, and Marina Bushbaum with 4 on the board as well. Governors fall 55-28. This coach Kirk Bebout makes his way up to chat with us in this post game. But the rebounding stats, it's all Harrisburg in this one, 42-24 overall, 18-8 on the offensive glass, and Claire McCallum with 17 rebounds unofficially in this game. Governors with 17 turnovers, Harrisburg with 12, and another good stat in favor of the Tigers, a 15-5 advantage in the assist column. Harrisburg wins at 55-28. And a tough night for the Governors, but Coach Bebout comes out to chat about it anyway. And, Coach, we appreciate that. This just seemed like early on, I think maybe it was an assumption, so to speak, but I thought we had 2 teams that were going to mirror each other pretty well in this game, but it's just a matter of making shots. And you guys, you have to have that 3-point shot falling. And when they don't fall early, I know confidence starts to wane a little bit. And, it wasn't until the third quarter you saw a little bit of a rhythm. But, just a tough game, but a good learning experience, I think, for, a team that's going to be, like we said early on, learning on the fly in this one.
Yeah, it always stinks. Everyone hates losing. And, it's a tough one. And I think you're right. We we ran some good stuff right away and got good looks, like the looks that we wanted. Like those are the shots that, we're going to take and that we want, and they just didn't go in. I mean, that happens. It's basketball. It happens at every single level. Some nights that the ball doesn't go in. Yeah, we're going to rely on the 3-ball a little bit. I mean, newsflash, right? I mean, we're 5-5 across the board, and we got a couple shooters, so we're gonna look to shoot as many as we can get for them, and they just didn't go down right away. We talk a lot about circumstances can't dictate our behavior, so I thought maybe a little bit right away we kind of let it get in our head that hey, shots aren't going in, and kind of threw us off for a little bit. But I was pleased with the resiliency to keep trying to find a way. Sometimes no matter how hard you keep trying, it just doesn't go your way. So, and I heard you talking about the rebounding stats when I came up here. I mean, that was hard to ignore, especially in the second half. I don't know what I think the second half might have been worse, but I mean, obviously that's going to be an issue for us there's ways to combat that, and we're going to give up some just due to size, but we got to get as many as we can by fighting and getting blockouts, because those are just huge. So, hey, but another news flash, we got to get better. I mean, we knew that, and it's a process throughout the year to see how much better that we can get. And like you said, it's a good learning experience for, they're going to play some better teams in Harrisburg. So, got to know how to handle that and understand that there's just some really good teams out there, and playing those teams, even if it doesn't go your way and it's frustrating, that's when you get better. Frustration equals learning, honestly. Like when you're in that learning zone, it is frustrating. That's what learning is. It's frustrating. So while it's frustrating, that's not gonna dictate our behavior, and we're gonna keep getting better every day.
Yeah, next good opponent is 2 days from now, actually, with Sioux Falls, Washington. We'll talk about them in a moment. But you probably had to do some adjusting, so to speak, at halftime. You came out, and it took a while, but you got that good run going, and everybody just seemed to be much more in rhythm, even if it was for just about a 3-minute stretch or so at the tail end of that third quarter, hoping that momentum swing would continue into the fourth quarter. But sometimes quarter breaks are the just the momentum killers in themselves.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, what changed the momentum? Some shots went in. You know what I mean? We hit a couple shots. We would have that same momentum in the first quarter. Some shots go down. So, basketball's a funny game. I've seen, teams lose to somebody by 40 points, and then the next game is totally different. Then some shots go in and just changes the whole trajectory of the game. I just think the game trajectory was set right away with, them being physical with us and making it difficult for us on offense. Give Harrisburg credit. I mean, I've always been a fan of Coach Meyer.
Yep.
And what they do, because they play good defense, and they take care of the ball. So I mean, give them credit. But I mean, I just think that kind of set the tone. We tried to fight, like I said, and we made some shots, but we just couldn't keep it going.
Yeah, and I think that with the rebounding difference in this game, it is that size difference that really kind of gets to that. But then you can just see, frustration contributes to that too. And I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. And and neither of these teams also you don't go very deep. You don't have big rosters to begin with. Maybe later on you get more people off your JV roster to play some varsity, but everybody out there is just has got to do the best they can with what they've got right now.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, I wish I could look down and see 6'2", 6'3", so I could, you know what I mean? But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, but you brought up a good point. Rebounding, that's what it was. You talked about the momentum. So we made some shots and we went on a little run there. Rebounding might be the number one momentum killer, because there's sometimes they miss some shots, but if you don't get the rebound, they get 4 opportunities every time. Eventually they're going to make one. Yeah. So that'd be a giant momentum killer. So we just got to, no excuses. You just got to figure out a way to rebound. I mean, it's kind of a mental thing. And I mean, yes, like I said, there's going to be times when you give up some just due to size, but if you make that an excuse, then you're going to not get the ones that you could get too. Yeah. So, that's obviously going to be a focus, is that we got to, I know you're going to talk about Washington, but they are 6 foot across the board. So they're bigger than Harrisburg is. So if we make excuses, it won't be very fun on Saturday.
Something in the water, some places.
Yeah, exactly.
Washington's off to a 6-0 start. And, not only are they 6 foot across the board, but they run the floor extremely well, and they can handle the ball. They could just do everything and I suppose if you want to, as young players that you have, if you want to learn what it takes to get better. Just watch them play a little bit. Of course, you'll get to see them firsthand, but you can watch them in film and see what they do well, and maybe try to replicate that in some way.
Yeah, I mean, the work is how you get better. I mean, and it's not just like during the week of practice during the season. I mean, it's the work all season long. So yeah, you're right. Maybe that's a good reminder to kids, like if you want to play at this level, that it is extreme amount of work. I'm not talking just during the basketball season. You got to probably join a travel team, and you probably got to get in the gym most days. I get it summer, and kids have lives, and we always support that. But if you want to play at that level, that's what it takes. And if that's truly your desire, then you got to put in the work.
All right. Well, Coach, you'll have them here on Saturday, and then you get a little layoff to work on some things as well. So we'll wish you the best, and we'll see you down the road.
All right. Appreciate you.
Coach Kirk Bebout, the Governors, who do fall short tonight, 55-28. Thanks to the coach for coming up and talking to us as the Tigers win this one, certainly not without the help of big plays in the game. Your big plays are going to be brought to you by the folks at Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. We'll give you those after this 3-minute timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Basketball.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors can give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Back at Riggs High Gym, William Wilson cranking out the doors for us tonight. But tonight the doors did not open, or at least the basket. The lid on the basket was not open very much for the Pierre Governors as the Tigers win it from Harrisburg 55-28 after the long road trip. Certainly, as we mentioned, Harrisburg doesn't win this game without the help of big plays in the game that are brought to you in our post game by the folks of the Hermanson Endodontics. And let's hear from them, and we'll touch on your big plays, and we've got more coming back on your Governor post game.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that's not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much healthy tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics giving us big plays in this game, and when both teams were struggling in the first quarter, the team that finally broke the seal on the basket, and especially from long range when they started hitting three-pointers, was the Harrisburg Tigers. 4 threes in the second period. In fact, Lincoln Tryon herself hit 3 in a row and finished with 11 points in this game to help the cause. But that was just kind of what spurred the movement for Harrisburg. And then along with that, you've got to add in the rebounding stats that we were talking about with Coach Bebout, but especially the offensive rebounds. 18 offensive boards for Harrisburg in this one. Governors had some of their own offensive rebounds as well, but just not enough. And the putbacks weren't going either for Pierre. The shooting percentage really suffered as a result. Harrisburg had some down shooting percentages at times, but overall not too bad. They shot 40% in this game. But it was the offensive rebound, and in particular, the second quarter three-pointers, when they hit 4 of them out of 6 that they made in the game. That was what Harrisburg used to go on a 19-4 run in that second quarter. They led 28-10 at halftime, and this one was pretty much academic, except for the fact that the Governors had a nice little 10-point rally in the end of the third quarter. They were down by 25, got back within 15, but Harrisburg led by 15 at the end of 3. But once again, Governors just could not hit buckets in that fourth quarter. They only made 1. In fact, were outscored 14-2, and Harrisburg won it going away. They win it by 27, which was their biggest margin of the game. Those are your big plays of the game, though, brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. We've got candidates for your player of the game. Rough night for the Governors, and we're not going to be able to give one to a Governor player tonight, but Emery Larson did have a couple of threes in that third period when they made the run. Is just not a good shooting night, though, for Emery. Normally, I mean, this is a player who can pop several threes per game, maybe put 15, 20 points up on a board in any given ball game, but she's just got to be feeling it, and tonight wasn't that particular night. Molly Olson with 6 points, and she had a couple of putbacks and played well at times. Mackenzie Flottmeyer with 6 points, too. But Harrisburg had 4 players in double figures, and we'll pick one of them out and tell you who the player of the game is after we hear from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre, your player of the game sponsor in Governor Basketball.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, Camp's chicken, and more. Feed the family while on the go. Then treat yourself to soft serve ice cream in cones and dishes. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores, Euclid Avenue and Harrison Avenue in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Cowboy Country Stores players of the game with 4 points, 4 players in double figures. Even Lydia Jensen, the 8th grader, off the bench, and she was getting fed nicely. Harrisburg also had good assist numbers, particularly in that second half of play. But you've got Lincoln Tryon, who hit the 3 threes and had 11 points. You've got Taylor Nedved, who just did good things all game long. A quiet 11 points. But then you've got the 5'11 junior, Claire McCallum, who had 11 points, and she certainly had some finishes, scored 9 of her 11 in the first half of play. But I got her at 17 rebounds, which is just a ridiculous number, and I mean that in a good way for Claire McCollum. I'm counting as I'm chatting, and I've got her with 7 offensive rebounds out of her 17 on the game. A lot of misses in this game by Pierre, a lot of rebounds for Harrisburg, and they even cleaned up their own misses as well on many occasions. Claire McCollum with 11 points, 17 boards. That is player of the game worthy. We've got her a T-shirt going from River 92.7 Sports and Cowboy Country Stores, noting her accomplishments as the Tigers win this one 55-28. Harrisburg welcomes Huron for a girls and boys doubleheader on Saturday. The Governors Well, for the Governor girls, it doesn't get any easier. No doubt about it. They've got 6-0 Sioux Falls, Washington coming to town on Saturday afternoon for a 2 o'clock tip-off. The girls will be put back on KGFX as the boys will be in action as well in Sioux Falls, both with 2 o'clock tip-offs. Justin Cowart will have the girls on 1060 AM, 103.1 FM. I'll follow the boys to Washington High, and we will have the Governors and the Warriors on River 92.7 here coming up Saturday afternoon. In the week ahead, the Governor boys have a game on Tuesday at T Area. They'll battle the Titans. The Governor girls don't play T Area until later in the season, so that'll be another Tuesday night where it's just boys. We'll have that game for you next Tuesday night. And the girls, after that Washington game Saturday, won't play until they play Douglas out west a week from Tuesday, so they'll have a 10-day layoff, and that Douglas game will be one that you can expect Pierre maybe to get back on track if they indeed struggle against unbeaten Sioux Falls, Washington on Saturday. We'll see how it goes. Another word of note for Governor Sports tomorrow brings up a girls wrestling duel. It is Pierre against Harrisburg. They have dueled each other girls only the last few years. That wasn't going to be the case this year until Harrisburg's trip back in December got postponed due to high winds. And so now they split the girls and the boys. The girls will duel tomorrow, and we unfortunately were not able to kind of get things squared away, so we won't be able to call the action of that. The boys will actually duel Harrisburg after the East-West duels are complete on Saturday, January 24th or something like that, whatever it is. Harrisburg will be here to duel Stevens and Central and Sturgis, but with Spearfish not making the trip to the East-West this year, there will only be 3 duels for the Eastern teams. And the Governors in Harrisburg will duel each other once the East-West duels are done on East-West Day. So that's what's happening wrestling-wise. The Lyman Invitational, the Mid-Dakota Monster, is where the boys will be tomorrow and Saturday. The girls will also compete in the Bride of the Monster on Saturday. As far as other Governor sports, gymnastics goes to Brookings Invitational on Saturday, and the Oahe Capitals hockey teams, I believe they've got the girls hosting Yankton, the U14 teams, against a young Yankton squad Saturday and Sunday. The boys will be hosting Yankton as well with games on Saturday and Sunday. And then the girls go to Brookings and Watertown next week in the Oahe Capitals schedule. We wish safe travels to those from Harrisburg who are making the trip, and to all of those traveling for high school sports or any other reason this winter driving season. South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us all, don't veer for deer. Slow down and think twice in case of ice as well. It starts with you as we buckle up every trip, every time you've got someplace to be. Our thanks for Caleb Brozick to come up here and do the honors for camera duty. You can rewatch these games on the YouTube feed for GoGovs Live and also from drgnews.com. There is still more high school basketball going on. Stanley County and McLaughlin playing right now on KGFX. The boys half of that double dip at Parkview Gym, and a boys basketball activity on KPLO with Sully Buttes hosting Highmore Herald. There's more basketball happening right now on other stations of DRG Media Group. Our final score tonight, though, 55-28. Once again, thanks to William Wilson for running the show in studio. I'm Brian Oakland. Harrisburg wins it tonight, as you've been listening to this presentation of the official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com. We'll see you Saturday with the Governor boys here on River 92.7 going to the Sioux Falls Washington Warriors 1:30 pregame. Enjoy the rest of this evening, everybody.
You've been listening to Pierre Governor Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRG Media Group. Governor Sports is brought to you by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, and the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency of American Family Insurance. Governor Sports is also sponsored in part by Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Graham Tire, and by Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, Bauman Lumber, Ferding Electric, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. And coverage of high school sports on River 92.7 is also brought to you by these special in-game sponsors: Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Rounds Financial Services, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Wealth Partners Ameriprise Financial, Hermanson Endodontics, Family Dental, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service of Pierre. Thanks for listening to Pierre Governors Sports on the official home of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.